Welcome, my amazing viewers. Thank you so much for joining me once again on my program. I appreciate you wherever you're connecting from. If you're joining me from Africa, Asia, Europe, America, or Australia, I appreciate you very much. Thank you also for your contribution. I see your messages on the comment section. Thank you for your contributions. Thank you for your support. Thank you for your directions and also for your guidelines. I appreciate you so much. I come again once again to bring you information on things that are happening around the country. If you have not subscribed to my channel, please kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a video. You will be among the first to receive it. And we will continue to grow together and have an awareness of what is going on and the contraption called Nigeria. Today we are going to talk more about issue of Nigeria. And we are going to digest a very important video that I bumped into. This was a media program, a program that was held by one of the conventional media in Nigeria. I think it's Galaxy or what. They had a very media chat, and in that very media discussion, the presenter said that one Adamu Garba came out to claim that cattle is more valuable than oil and gas. That was what Adamu Garba said, that cattle is much more valuable than oil and gas and could yield a lot more money more than oil and gas. And then it was a topic they were discussing about it, and I would like to share it with you for you to know that these people, this so-called Adamu Garba is one of the elites in the north. These people know what is right to do, but they don't want to do it. So this will show you that it is not just all about, it's not all about the space, not about all about the cattle. It is about land grabbing. The problem we have in Nigeria is not about oil, not just about oil. It is not just about oil, but intimidation, trying to grab the land. That is what it's all about. Fulanization of Nigeria, that's what they call it. That's the right name to use. Fulanization of Nigeria, that is what they are really planning. If this man should come out and speak in this very manner. And if you look at it in the right sense of it, if these people were serious, the issue of ranching shouldn't be causing problem in Nigeria. Cattle shouldn't be causing problem in the whole of Nigeria. They shouldn't be forcing the southern part of Nigeria to accept cattle in their environment because they have a large space in the north. A large space to rear cow, to be able to make them use the milk and feed almost the whole Africa with the milk. If they can manage it well, do a proper ranching, if actually they really want to be useful to themselves, they can be able to have ranching in the north. Ranching that is going to yield much more money, more than oil if well managed. Just as Adamu Garba has said. They can equally make much more money from it. There are so many countries in Europe that doesn't have any oil, not oil. Some are based on fishing. With fishing alone, they are feeding the whole country. Some agriculture, with agriculture they are feeding the whole country and having a good nation, well planned. But here are we, the northern Nigeria with a huge space, with their so-called cattle they worship and they so much praise, yet they cannot make anything good out of the cattle. They are still bent on forming their ruga or whatever, or ranching in the side of in the southern part of Nigeria. That's to show you that it is not just after the cattle. It's not just about the movement. It's not just about the cattle. It's not just about the ruga. It is about fulanization of Nigeria. All they want is to grab the land, make sure they establish a Fulani community there in order to pursue the agenda. So that when there is a voting or whatever, you see a Fulani man voting against you in your own home. A Fulani man voting against you in your own home. That is just what the plan is all about. That is the plan and nothing more. I would like you to watch this video carefully from the beginning to the end. After watching the video, then we can come back and now talk more about this very issue.
Now, Dr. Maduka, for a minute, let's leave ethnic sentiments, let's leave party affiliations and things like that, and look logically at the statements put out there by Adamu Garba. Now, he's accused the northern governors of being lazy because, according to him, what they have on their hands in terms of cattle, can actually bring liberation to northern states. Now, he did go further by doing some breakdown and analysis of his own, and I'll just quickly put that out there. Now, a liter of cow at 350 naira is much more than the value of a liter of oil at 145 naira. With over 20 million cows, take 1/3 as milk producing female on an average of 5 liters a day, you will have about 12 billion naira per day only from just cow milk. Now that's about 700 million naira per state per day, about 21 billion naira per state per month. Now that's the breakdown by Adamu. Now that is much higher than the monthly allocation of the largest state in the north, what they receive. Again, each cow can generate a minimum of 3 jobs: rearing, slaughtering, processing, marketing, selling, and management. That's, we're talking about 5 million cows giving about 15 million jobs. Okay, now taking a look at the breakdown done by this gentleman, would you still allude to what Chief Robinson has said, that oil and gas reserve, still remains our #1 economic goal, as it were, in Nigeria?
Yeah, this is just a postulation he did. And I have to thank him very much for bringing it to fore. These are the things we've been saying. When they talk about ranching, when they talk about modern way of doing rearing a cow, these are the things people are talking about.
Okay.
Get these cows in a place where you make more money out of it than these food soldiers that will trek from Sokoto to Anambra State. And at the end of it, they will buy this cattle and they are not contributing anything to the state. Let me give you an example. There's no tax. They're not being taxed. But if they are in a place ranched, it's easy for the state government to be able to measure the economic indices within that.
Because they have a location.
They have a location. You can be able to tax them. He's even talking about the milk and what. The state can equally have much money from the tax. Which, as of today, if you look at the table of content in our budget, I was trying to look at it this morning, where I can see animal or cow tax or whatever index. I didn't see, just to buttress what he said. The mainstay or whatever we use in our budget is equally stemmed on oil and gas.
Oil and gas.
There's nothing else.
Okay.
And then the taxes of the companies, then they will talk about the minerals and whatever. I want to thank Adamu, because sometimes you have to appreciate people when they come out openly. What he said is the truth. It's time for the governors to sit down and not just wait on every month to collect allocation. What do you have in your state? What do you use it for? But the issue is that the concurrent list is the problem in our constitution. There are things that the state cannot do because of the constitution. For instance, let me give you an instance. In Zamfara, they have gold. Kano have granite. And of course, the North can feed the whole nation in terms of food. But if these governors can sit down and say, look, where do we have comparative advantage in our economy? And then focus on that. This cow issue will even be the least of our problem, because the North, they have land, they have manpower, they have everything that is needed. The problem is that everybody is just focusing on oil and gas, and it's time for us, not only for the northern governors, even the southern governors, it's time for us to sit down and ask ourselves, apart from oil and gas, what next? In Ondo, we have bitumen. Still, our roads are bad, terrible. But these are the things we can excavate and fix our roads. The roads are not there. In fact, most of that asphalt we import them. So what are you talking about? You go to okay, we're talking about light power today. Coal is there in Enugu. What is happening? South Africa, 50% of their power generation is by coal. So what are we talking about? Then you talk about cement. Cement is in Calago. Why is it dead? The limestone. Why is it dead? You talk about industrial areas. If you go to Newu today or Oka, you will not believe what is there. But why is the state not having what I call economic commission? to harness these things so that it will become a blueprint for a state to come out to the open and say, look, these are the things we have. Call investors and let the investors come. It's time for us to leave this oil and gas. Of course, things are going the other way around. Economies is moving out of oil and gas because of pollution, climate change. And there's a lot of clamor now for shift from oil to alternative energy. So these states should be able to do something. I did a work on that when I harnessed everything on each state, what each state can do, and they can make more money than what they expect. But the issue is that most governors don't even sit in their states. Most of them sit in Abuja. That's where, in fact, that's where they operate. So how do you sit in Abuja to know what you have in your place?
In your state.
So when you sit in your place, you're able to know. If you come to Abia State, we have clay. And that clay can be used to mold blocks that can be alternative to cement. But who is doing that? So there's a lot of resources. In fact, God bless this country. But I think what we are lacking is just leadership. If you have a good leader, I'm telling you that oil and gas or whatever will be 10% of what we have in this country. What is it that you cannot have in this country? Is if somebody said if you throw mango on the ground, it just terminates on its own. It doesn't happen in any other country. It's only in Africa, especially in Nigeria. So what do we complain? If you talk about the South, if you go to South, they're agrarian. And of course, fishery. Fishery is what Norway is using to feed the entire country. Fish. That's what they use.
Wow. All right. Thank you, Dr.
From what you have heard, I love the answer that the gentleman gave there. You can see, this is what we have been saying. When we are talking about this disintegration of a thing, people think it's just going to benefit only the South alone. It will benefit the North also. It will make the North to be useful to themselves. It will make them to be serious for once and stop depending on oil. Because they have the resources. They have the resources also in the North. This very cattle they are using to take the life of people in the South, this very cattle that they are forcing on people in the South, they can equally manage it properly in the North. And it will feed the whole of the North, feed the whole country, equally feed the whole West Africa. They can export it and make huge amount of money, get a lot of development in their side. But they wouldn't want to do it. They are just lazying about, going to Abuja to share oil money, fighting for oil at every given point. But from every indication, after hearing all this very thing for oil, somebody from the North to make such arguments, knowing fully well that cattle can be much more useful, make more money from cattle, much more than oil. Yet, they are bent on holding down the southern part of Nigeria. You don't want them to go. You don't want them to make any statement. You don't want them to go. You do not want them to grow at their own speed. You do not want to contribute anything. You just want to frustrate everybody. Bring your FULANI from all parts of the world, put them in the southern Nigeria, and make sure they kill as many people as they can. Land grabbing, that is just their own, that is just their plan. Just to grab the land. You grab the land, you cannot even make use of it. You cannot even be useful to yourself. This is just their target and nothing more. Land grabbing. So it is not about the cow rearing. When you hear them talking about cow grazing cow from Sokoto or to the River State, and you, a reasonable human being in this very century, will begin to support that, trying to form ranching in the whole state of the country, including the southern part where they have a small space of land, while you have a lot of land wasted in the north, including the Sambisa forest. Wasted, you have handed over the Sambisa forest to the terrorists. You don't want to do anything about it. You don't want to chase them out of that place, but you are forcing the southern part of Nigeria to accommodate your cows. It is not about the cow. It is not about the grazing. It is simply about the land grabbing, the fulanization of Nigeria. They want to finalize Nigeria, make it their home. The Bauchi State Governor have said it openly that they are inviting Fulani from all over the place and they want to settle them in Nigeria. And this is what it's all about. But my question is, why don't you settle these your brothers in the northern part of Nigeria? What stops you from settling them? There are a lot of empty spaces over there. A lot of empty space and unoccupied land. I have been to the north. I have traveled in the bushes of the north through the train. Through the train, you see a lot of empty land as you are going, where nobody occupies. Why don't you settle this? Why are you pushing them down to the south? What are you looking for? If not trouble. I hope the Southerners will wake up and stop pretending. It is no longer time to be silent or time to pretend. This is time to wake up and fight for what is right. It is time to break it up. Break it up so that every region will go and grow at their own speed, including the North. Arewas can do better if they are on their own. They will be forced to wake up. You'll be surprised. They will be forced to wake up and do it right. But the more you begin to keep them together with the South, Southeast and Southwest, they will do nothing. They will continue to be dependent on the South. They will concentrate their mind on trying to make the Southerners their slave, trying to make sure that the Southerners do not grow. They will channel their energy on suppressing the South instead of channeling their energy on their own growth. That is more reason why it has to be broken up. Break it up so that every region will go and grow at their own speed. You'll be surprised how growth will come into Nigeria when it's being broken up. We are not talking out of hatred. We are not talking out of envy or jealousy. We are talking reality. This is reality staring at you. Reality staring at you. The earlier you begin to preach this, the better. Let us stop pretending. Let us stop pretending and do the right thing. Do it right the way it's supposed to be. That is the right thing to do. And we have to follow it up. That's the right thing to do. If you are from the South and you are still talking about restructuring, or you are still preaching whatever you call it, one Nigeria, sorry for you. You don't know what you're up to. You don't know what is coming. You don't know what is coming, and it's going to consume you, consume everybody around you if care is not taken. We have to wake up and speak out loud. Whatever you are saying, it doesn't matter your religion. It doesn't matter if you're a Christian, if you're a Muslim, whatever you are. It is not about religion. This is about life, about humanity. It's about humanity. For people to have their right to practice whatever they want to practice. That is what it's all about. So let us wake up and do what is right. Thank you so much for listening wherever you're listening from. I appreciate you so much. If you're not subscribed, kindly subscribe to my channel. Click the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a video. Feel free. Go to the comment section, say your views. Express yourself the way you want it. It's all welcome. Thank you and remember us. Bye-bye. See you again on the next video.